What's up, guys? Mikey in the building. I'm sick, but it's cool. Every time someone in my family gets sick, they all get sick, and then it hits me last. It's fine. No excuses, guys. I want to go over this MGRX thing. Watch the whole thing pre-market. Um, yeah, the book. Okay. I don't know who this Moonshine is, or oops, Moon Market. Okay, right, Moon Market dude is, but guys, if you guys are following people and you don't have this book to see what's going on, you're always going to get burned over and over and over again. All right. That is just the truth. That's the reality of it. All right. You're trading blind all the time. Okay. And I get it. You might think it's easy to just get on whatever this dude's getting on, but no, that's not the reality of it. This thing went up pretty thin right away, and then all you see is spoofs, front runner, pull, front runner, right? Look at all these little, whoops, look at all these little spoofs that are going on over here, okay? Okay, all right. If these are real bidders like you guys see in these other videos that I drop, these guys would actually run out, sustain the move, and maybe get to a different price target. All right. I also see just so much market buying. Look at all this market buying, aggressive market buyers, and it's probably because it's you know, whatever this guy's doing, promotions, and people are following him. He probably has his own little thing going on, and it's cool, right? But be aware of it, right? It doesn't matter what anyone does or says, right? Learn how to trade on your own, right? You can actually see what's going on over here over and over and over again, and it's phenomenal, right? Um, Again, you can see the same type of price action, right? And before this thing was actually taken off too, guys, you can see the order book and how big the offers are, right? In the very beginning, they're really not that big, right? Maybe they don't want to scare people away, want people to buy, okay? And even the bids are not that aggressively big too, trying to hold this up. Okay. Um, yeah, if you get in over here, you soak, you can start taking profits here. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But I don't really like these, and I don't trade these at all. I don't, the structure I look for is like big money structure. Plays where, names that have 100 million volume for the day, abnormal volume, maybe a 50, 60 mil is abnormal volume to the day on the name, right? A very consistent volume, right, for the long. All right, I don't really short. I tried it. I love longing. Okay. Um, but yeah, guys, it's very important to understand that there's even not a lot of liquidity holding this up over here. Okay. Even this area is over here, and if they do, they pull them, or they get sold into, or they pull them, right? Pulled, didn't get sold into. All right, whoever was front running this, they pulled it. They don't want to get filled there. All right, so they're, okay, cool. Again and again, right? And again, guys, you got to zoom out and make sure just because this thing's making new highs by a tad little bit doesn't mean anything, okay? It's not a real breakout for a new high. All right, and then you can see this is what it's doing, okay? No matter what, guys, before I take a trade, I always mark out zones, no matter what now. All right. I wish I had the book, guys, when I first started trading. I would have never joined anybody's rooms. I would have never been a part of anything, right? As you kind of come up as a trader, you're just trying to learn. And there's so many people that you can probably learn from. You know, um, yeah, with this, I sit here all day, track data, and I trade. The only thing I traded today was RNAS, and it wasn't successful for me. I had to literally stop out for like a couple $100, win. All right, I'll go over that too in a second. All right, really pay attention to the liquidity, right? And then what's really most important is this thing sells off completely. There's no true bid support here. All right, all there was these spoofs or wannabe front runners that help price get up, and then they start to pull. All right, we kind of see this everywhere though, so it's not like this is something new. All right, happens all the time, happens everywhere. All right, and then more importantly, guys, when this thing opens, all right, when the bell opens, all right, there's a huge difference on this offer side if you can just tell right away. Okay, as price is coming down, let me all right, as price is coming down, guys, as soon as this thing comes down, pay attention to the offer side on the current order book. All right, it starts to immediately get so heavy. All right, and look how much the book flips. It is so heavy now. And look at there's no support. Okay, maybe some down here. Okay, cool. 86s. Nice control. All right. Maybe to trap some more people. Potentially, I don't know. All right. This thing opens. It can never clear. All right. This thing opens and never clears this 80-cent runner right here. Okay. On the offer side. Okay. They had 100,000 on the offer, for what I can see on the book. And, they try to pull it or chew through it and they restack it. Okay. And it stays heavy. And then, and ends up closing. Okay, guys, be aware of what kind of trades you're getting in. Um, yeah, I won't even touch anything like this ever. You know. Um, Again, I like to watch things with true structure. You know, things that are really continuing with some big volume. All right. I stay away from low liquidity plays and things that are just doing this type of behavior because I see this on HUBC, RSLS, where you get so much market buying and then no more result, right? You can kind of see how much market buying, aggressive market buys, right? These are market buys or market sells. All right, um, RNAS. This is my setup. I love these type of plays. Unfortunately, it just didn't work. Okay. Um, yeah, they tried to hold and soak 41s over here. Okay, as you can see, they had some support, right? But it was very light. Okay, and again, right? This one did try to pop up, over here. Just of course, I'm not taking anything. There's just I really wanted to see higher liquidity to follow up with this, and it's okay. What was very weird with this one is even when I was trying to stop out, right? There's no there was like no liquidity under these things, and yet it held and sustained its price. So it was a big learning experience for me. Again, even with this type of play, because there's some bids here, there's some consistent bidders here. That's cool. But for the rest of the day, I was just watching this. Our NAS just kept putting up these spoofs, trying to get buyers to get in. Even right here, I was like, no way this thing is about to break out. Like, I already stopped out. I'm done. I made a couple $100 today. Let's go. Right? It's better than being red and chasing all these things that I'm not familiar with. So I'd rather utilize the book and watch things, okay, and learn from them, okay. Uh, yeah. So they did all this weird thing, and there's no true bid support following up with this stock. I want to see that as a long. It's very important. And then this thing pulls back, and then they drop an offering. Wow. Okay. So that was a very great learning experience. Whether the play didn't work for me or whether it didn't, or whether it didn't, right? The price action that happened all day on RNAS, okay, um, was very strange. Okay. It was consolidating. It wasn't breaking down. I really wanted to see this reclaim, right? I like to see breakdowns reclaim. All right, I wanted to see this big volume dump reclaim, so I mark out my zone, right? And it tries a couple of times, but the volume, if again, the volume's very, inconsistent. Now, I thought maybe, hey, this stock is hitting about 25. We look left, it's got about 66. Maybe this thing is going to try to reclaim the 1024 day. That didn't happen, okay? Um, MGRX again, too. This almost made me forgot. Guys, on this one, guys, this is super important, right? You got to look to see where a potential soaker came in, all right? And this is where I saw a potential soaker come in. All right, this is on 1019 over here, and this thing popped up, ran into the supply, and then kind of pulled back. All right, the reason why I say this is because this is where I only saw a potential buyer in this. All right, and again, when you see something like this, right, or when I see something like this, it's not about you, okay? When I see something like this, I like to really, I like to see these type of soakers or potential buyers be defended, and this is what you got over here, you know. So essentially, you know, this buyer, whoever stepped up right here, and maybe wanted to swing or moon pump, I mean moon market shine, or do whatever. Yeah, you gotta be careful, and see what's going on. Like this is the MTS, um, NVVE, right? And that's okay, right? It's you want to see these type of signals and just be aware of them, and you can partake in them or you can avoid them, or if you have an understanding of kind of what's going on, you can kind of decide if this is a type of trade that you want to get in or participate in and things like that, right? I mean, this gets super heavy, guys. It breaks down. It doesn't really sustain anything and does this type of move. Now, this thing can probably skyrocket tomorrow, the next day, or a couple of weeks later and go to, Valhalla land, but I don't know, right? All I know is that, guys, this is so important, okay? If you can understand liquidity, understand, like, these are all this is what's on the book for the whole day, and then you can kind of understand how price action is developing, see how they use offers, see how they're using bids to control price action, right? This was very strange to me because this thing was it was trying so hard a few times, right? Look how many size orders are going through, right? 280,000. All right, and again over here, just pushing. Could be a combination of retail, right? Trying to say, hey, this is finally going to break out, and it's only 44-cent stock, right? So, you can take a lot of size potentially for some people who have accounts, right? Different size accounts, but again, when I see something like this and there's no follow through, no bid support, and it's kind of hanging around, that's like a sign for me. It's a signal. Something's way different. It's way different than playing, NVVE, right? I have a video on that if you guys want to watch that one. Mullen was a good one, guys. You know, Mullen, it would, but I forgot about it. I tracked it all day yesterday, and I was like, oh man, okay, this is definitely not going today. All right, on that daily setup, kind of an inside bar play, day T2, T3 day type of day. This thing just took off, but this is Mullen. This is the nature of Mullen. Mullen is like a big bus, right? And yeah, this thing's going to only go when Mullen wants it to go, and that's it. And then after that, once the volume kind of dries down, you can kind of see, right, the volume kind of like at least the aggressive market buyers that are stepping in kind of dwindle down, okay? And it's very important to see this, right? You want to see if there's true people getting in, right? And you can tell right here through volume dots, and you can see these front runners. This one was great. They definitely tried to. I think this was like a flag play that ended up failing, right? As soon as it popped. All right, LFIW. This one was very interesting. Um, okay. However, they did something really nice, and it happened over here. All right. Yeah. Okay. Before this thing ran, they put an offer up, and this is actually really good to see. Okay. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. All right. They had this offer. He's right here. Remember, it should be about 40K, something like that. Um, they had this offer. No, this is not it. I'm shot. I'm so tired. Okay. Oh, here we go. All right. That was only 20K. Okay. All right. They had an offer right here, and this is so important, right? Uh, it's you got to understand how liquidity is being used on both sides of the game. Okay. And it doesn't matter, spoofing, or control walkdowns, but something like this with this setting up like this with type of structure, they try to hold this down with a 45K. There he was, and then it ended up being 20K, and then they pull it, guys. This is very important to understand. If they pull these type of offers, they don't want to get filled. Somebody doesn't want to get filled directly right here. Okay, that's big. All right, so I thought that was very interesting because they stack this guy in right here. They need to break this, and then they pull it as it consolidates. And as price action comes in, you see some aggressive market buys coming through, right? And then they start to support it at 150, okay? And you start seeing how the liquidity starts to change, right? Okay, see how many offers they have? All right, I want you to see this as it starts to come through. The offers start to get taken out. The bidders start to step up, okay? And this is amazing. I did not play this one either. I was just unsure. I don't want to take trades that I'm unsure of, so I'd rather keep learning from the book properly, okay? Now, this front runner gets pulled at 150. Finally, someone's like, all right, I'm done. Buyers don't want to participate in potentially buying the stock if it comes down here, right? It's a limit order. The limit order gets pulled once this thing starts to make highs, all right? And now this area doesn't have that much liquidity in it to hold. And now we kind of start seeing this come back down, okay? Very important is, you can see how the book kind of changes and flips, okay? And let's just zoom in right here. I didn't do that, right? I'm showing you guys examples too of just to be aware, all right? Um, yeah, these guys, okay. Yeah, these guys, they take this offer. That's cool. All right, guys. Listen, much love, guys. Guys, if you guys need help with anything bookmap wise, please shoot me a DM, message me. I have a link too to save you guys 50% off on the affiliate link, and after that, you got to pay full price. Guys, this tool is phenomenal. I wish I had it again when I first started trading. All right, much love. Peace out, Mikey.